Hey everybody, it's Shark Scrapper. In an earlier video, I brought in this Nortel TELCOM system and we got into the modules that had circuit boards in them. Well, what do you say we get into the fan base and see what we're dealing with there? Come on, let's dive in. We have the lower, this was the fan unit, the air handling unit for the large telecom tower. Oh, we've got some bat 01, bat 23, return. We've got two fans here. This looks like this is going to be aluminum. Yeah. So we have a big aluminum case here. This kind of dust filtering stuff here has a little bit of a magnetic response to it. I'm not expecting a whole lot, really. I think we're just going to get some motors and a big chunk of aluminum, but let's find out, huh? What do you say? It is a hot one today. It is hot, humid, got no wind going. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and clip those. Might be brass connector there, but I don't know that it's really worth all that to worry about. Might just throw that all in with the shred. All right, these are big flatheads here, so we're going to go ahead and get those out. Oh, well, there's a pleasant surprise. Nice circuit board there. Peripheral high grade at a minimum would be my call. Nothing on the back. But yeah, really well populated with IC chips, big IC chips, dip switch. Now, if you're into micro scrapping, dip switch sometimes have little tiny balls that are gold plated, silver plated. So they might be worth going in there, and these guys might have some nice contacts in them too. But for me, I'm just going to take this faceplate off of here and put this in with my peripheral high grades. Okay. Let's get this grounding wire disconnected in here. Now then, here, let me get some of this out of the way. There's always a couple ways around these things. There we go. So that's just big sheet steel. Now this is an interesting board here because it's going to be some sort of power distribution board. Nortel, Northern Telecom. So we'll get the wires off of here. We'll see if there's anything on the other side. I don't see any. Well, I can't tell for sure. So we'll get it all disconnected and flip it over, and we'll see if there's anything on the other side of it. Man, I tell you, I'm sweating like a whore in church. My wife's mother used to use that expression a lot. So we have some circuit breakers. Circuit breakers usually have silver contacts in them. All right, let's see. Yeah, nothing on the back. So we've got some nice ribbon wire here. And then here we have, this is going to be number 1, insulated copper wire right here. We have some more circuit breakers, and then we have a low-grade board that all this stuff is attached to. It's hard to tell what needs to come out next. So we're just unscrewing stuff here. Ferros. Oops. Need to get a socket on that. A lot of flathead screws on this. So this is, might be a little bit of RF, but I think this was mostly as a dust filter between the seams. It's a little bit tacky. It's ferrous, so that's just going to go in with the shred. That's just another dust filter. Let's see. Oh, we got a whole bunch of nuts there. Bolts. I don't need to use the long 12-inch extender, but I may need to once we get inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on. So we have another nice board here. Nice spool of copper right there. So that'll be fun. We'll get that off. It's just a low, probably a low grade board. We'll get this wire off, number 2 insulated. Probably pull that copper off there. Okay, now then. These are a 1/4 inch here. Really nothing exciting about this. These are just going to be some small electric motors once I get them cleaned off of this. Let's go with the 3/16. No. Let's go with a 7/32. Okay. Don't ask me why, but that's what it is. Metal bracket. Some more insulated copper wire, metal bracket. And now it's just a question of, am I going to go through the effort of busting the motors out of here? There's some little Phillips heads right here. Let's see if that'll come apart relatively easily. Now, that's going to be aluminum. It's non-magnetic, but it has a different sheen, a different look to it than the cast aluminum base. So it might be a magnesium. Now, you can take a file and scrape a part of it and then spray it with a dilute solution of DEP. That's a root killer. If it turns black, then you know it's not aluminum, and then your yard you can take it to your yard. They may have a different pile for it. My yard, my non-ferrous yard, they'll just throw it all together in one. So we've got we've got a 3/4. So we have this large one here. This is a 3/4 on the base, and then there's a 5/8 here that might be jammed up on some of them that has to get loosened, but let's see here now. Ugh. All right. Now we get this big old piece of sheet metal out of the way. So I think the real value out of that base plate fan unit is going to be the aluminum. That 55 pounds. So 55 pounds of cast. That's a nice little chunk right there. And then we got a bunch of number 1, number 2 insulated. We got a couple of little boards out of it, a couple of electric motors. But I think this is the real value.